I assure you.
那耶稣在你的船上，他说了之后就必定成就。
And so Jesus is sleeping in the back of the boat. His disciples are freaking out.
他睡觉，那些门徒怕到要死。
And then, think about Peter. Jesus, wake up! Don't you care?
耶稣啊，起来！
Don't you care?
你不关心吗？我们快要死了。
Think about that.
想一想，
Telling Jesus he doesn't care.
跟耶稣说你不关心我，
Whatever.
随便吧。
And yet then Jesus wakes up.
耶稣起来。
Shalom.
平安。
Be muzzled.
闭上嘴。
Or another way to say, Shalom, shut up.
小龙，不要讲话。
And in a moment, there was peace.
然后就平静了。
Now, if it was a storm that God had created,
如果是神起的风浪，
why would Jesus be rebuking himself?
为什么耶稣要责备自己呢？
And so we had the similar thing that evening, is that as the storm began to swirl and swirl and swirl,
狂风巨浪的时候，
we began to speak to that devil
我们对那个
because we knew that where we were going to have that place was threatening the things of darkness.
因为我们在那里的，他们怕的。
And so we command that Shalom,
我们宣告
be
平安。
quiet. We will preach the gospel of the
我
kingdom.
们在这里传
And
天国
people
的
will
福音。
come into salvation.
耶稣
We
要
begin
人
to
要
speak
得救
and prophesy.
我们要宣
And
告，
all of a sudden it just stopped.
然后风就停了。
And in the next 15 minutes, we got the PA system set up. The worship team started.
15分钟，我们预备好了敬拜，
The people began to gather.
人开始来了。
And we preached the gospel, and hundreds of people got
我们
saved that
全
evening.
福音几百人信耶
Hundreds of
稣，
people got born again right at the place where there was this crazy
在
sacrifice.
那里几百人信耶稣，是
In a place where there was death,
那里是死亡的。
Jesus brought life
耶稣把生命带来，
because he died and conquered death.
因为他死
And
了，
no
胜
longer
过
was
死
there a
亡，
sting to death, but there was life.
使到我们从处死亡入光明。
Yeah, and even as we were kind of creating the atmosphere, Renee and,
So I just need to share this. Elizabeth and I, we were flagging to help prepare the atmosphere. So we're
我
flagging,
们在
The banners?
在转的惊奇，
and bats started to dive bomb at us. Bats, African bats
蝙
started to
蝠
come.
蝙蝠来攻击我们。
Oh, we flagged really fast.
我们转快点。
It's funny. Okay.
非洲的蝙蝠来。
so needless to say, there was some opposition in the atmosphere that evening.
在邻里的抗拒，
And yet we knew that we were supposed to be there.
我们知道我们要在那里。
And so the interesting thing is that
有趣的是，
several people came up and got miracles that evening.
很多人得到神
But
迹
there was this one woman
有一个女人，
who had come up,
她上来
and her baby had died in her womb
她胎死腹中，
2 weeks before that. And
2周前，
And in 4 days, she was actually going to have the baby surgically
4天之后
removed.
医生要把它除去。
And when she shared the story with us, she said that there was actually a curse that was put on her life, that first for the baby would die and then she would die.
有人咒诅她说，她孩子要死，她也要死。
And so the witch doctor had put a curse on her.
那个巫师咒诅她，
And so the baby was dead in the womb.
所以胎死腹中。
And so Renee and I just put our hands on the womb and we just began to speak
我
over
和
his
瑞
life.
内安守在宣
And
告
all of a
生
sudden
命
there was